And let's just stand up tall, bring the shoulders back and down. You can either have the arms hang by your side or bring the arms or the hands to heart center. That feels better to you. And then bring some ease into your face. Maybe just soften your muscles. Pay attention if you hold any tension in your facial muscles, especially in your forehead. And then let's bring some awareness to our breath. Listening to our breath. Inhale, your belly rises. Exhale, your belly sinks. Checking in with your body. How are you feeling today? Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're super happy. Just being aware of that. And then on your next inhale, let's circle sweep the arms up. And exhale, let's bring the hands back to heart center. And again, inhale, circle sweep the arms back up. And then exhale, reverse one. That's a big circle with the arms, with the hands, and all the way back down. We're gonna come into a ragdoll. So you're gonna bring your feet hip width distance apart, grab an opposite elbows, and just let it all hang heavy here. You can bend the knees generously. You can have the belly lay on your thighs and just swing from side to side to give your lower back a little break. Your head hangs heavy, so you can shake your head a couple of yes and a couple of no's, just to make sure that you're releasing all the tension. And then from here, we're gonna let the arms hang heavy and then peel ourselves up vertebra by vertebra. The head will come up last, so just let everything hang heavy, coming up all the way very slowly. And then when you're up, bring your shoulders back and down again. And then from here on your next inhale, let's bring the arms back up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And again, inhale, circle sweep the arms back up. And again, big exhale, reverse one, dive all the way back down. This time a forward fold. So your big toes are together, your ankles are a little bit apart. And from here, you can grab anything, anywhere where you can grab on your legs and just press that upper body closer to your legs, checking in with your hamstrings. You can always grab a block if that's too intense. And bring the floor up to you. Or bend the knees. And then from here, let's place the hands left and right next to your feet, and then let's step it back, either into a plank or a half plank, depending on what you need today. And then let's tuck the elbows in, coming down slowly all the way onto the mat. Forehead is on the mat. Hands are below your shoulders. Inhale for baby cobra, coming up. Shoulders are away from the ears. And exhale, back down. Inhale, pressing it up back into your plank or half plank. Pressing the mat away from you, hips are down. And exhale, sending it back into your downward facing dog. And then let's just walk the dog, stretch it out here. Coming up on top, on your toes, stretching the heels down one at a time, maybe bumping the hips from left to right, stretching the sides of your body. And just bring in some movement and enjoying Just movement, stretching it out. Checking in if your back is straight. If your back is not straight, bend the knees and pull that navel towards your thighs to make sure that your back is straight. And then from here, let's take a slow walk towards the top of the mat. 1 foot, 1 step at a time, until we arrive back in our forward fold, stretching, checking in with the hamstrings. Maybe it feels a little bit better than before. And then from here, inhale, halfway lift. Your back comes parallel to the mat. Your elbows are right by your sides. Chest is forward, nice and open. Straight, your gaze goes straight down. And exhale, back down into your forward fold. Bending the knees slightly. Inhale, coming up all the way. Circle, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms back up. And exhale, reverse wanda. If your heart leads all the way down into your forward fold, placing the hands left and right next to your feet, stepping it back into your plank or a half plank. And again, exhale, coming down all the way onto the mat. This time, inhale for Cobra. So maybe lengthening the arms all the way, maybe having a little bend. Most important, your shoulders are down. So you're pressing out of those shoulders. Yes. And exhale, back down. Inhale, coming into your plank or half plank. And exhale for downward facing dog. Sun salutation A. And then from here, let's either take a step up to the top of the mat or again, taking a walk. Coming into our forward fold. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending the knees slightly. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up all the way. And exhale, hands to heart center. And again, inhale, circle sweep the arms up. And exhale, reverse wanda all the way back down. Placing the hands left and right, stepping it back into your plank. This time we're going to go through our little flow, vinyasa flow. So exhale, halfway down for chaturanga. Elbows and shoulders are in one line. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tops of the feet and the hands are on the mat, so the thighs are off the mat. Great. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Then from here, inhale, your right leg goes up, three-legged dog. Toes are facing down, hips are square. And exhale, place the right foot in between your hands. And then inhale, rise for high lunge. So all toes are facing forward. Yes, hips are very tight here. Sink in low into your low lunge. Yes, you can sink deeper, Waleed. Yes, yes. You too, Laura. Deeper. Yes, beautiful. Awesome. Staying here, strong glutes here, very tight hips. Deep inhale here, exhale, framing the front foot with both of your hands, sliding the right foot back into your plank. Exhale, halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. You can always skip the flow if it's too much or replace it with a cobra or baby cobra. Now inhale, left leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping that left foot in between your hands and preparing to rise for high lunge. Yep, again, sinking deep into that front knee, making sure that your knee is not in front of your ankle, but either right above or a little bit behind. Sinking as deep as you can to strengthen your knee and to stretch your hip flexor. Inhale here. And exhale, framing that front foot, sliding the left foot back to your plank. Exhale, halfway down or skipping it. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Great, good job everyone. From here, let's Be adventurous and inhale, come up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. And then let's jump to the top of the mat. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then from here, we're gonna come to our chair pose. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hips go deep into your imaginary chair. Yes. Just make sure that you can always see your toes. That's important. And if you can see all of your toes and all of your feet, let's sink deeper. Creating that space. If your arms become too heavy, you can bring them to heart center. Yeah. That's always available to you. Sinking in that chair, welcoming that heat, creating that strength. And exhale, releasing into your forward fold. Great. From here, we're gonna do our big toe pull. So bringing those both peace fingers around your big toes. And then let's pull those toes towards us. Big toe pull in your forward fold. Very good for your feet. Breathing into the sensation. Stretching your lower back, your hamstrings, your feet. Beautiful. And then from here, we're gonna step the left foot back. And the left foot lands in like a 45-degree ankle. We're gonna bump the left hip back and up. We're gonna place the right hand next to our right foot and open up the left arm towards the ceiling into our triangle pose. Shoulders are stacked. Yep. Open up that chest. So it's a nice twist. Yes. Great, Kayla. Looks good. Looks good. Looking up towards the ceiling. You should feel a really nice and deep stretch on the back of your right leg. And then from here, we're gonna come to our extended side ankles. We're gonna push that left foot back, sinking deep into our right knee. And then bringing that left arm up and over. So it's one diagonal line from the arch of our foot to the top of our fingertips. Sinking deeper, Kayla, bringing that arm over. You can do it. Without socks is good. Yes, stretching it out here. Should feel really good. Pressing that right knee open with your right shoulder. And then from here, let's come up into a wide-legged stance. And then let's bring the stance a little bit closer. And then tuck the toes in slightly. And then now I feel weird because, because of the webcam, so I'll just turn around. And then from here, let's bring the hands to the hips. Yep, straight spine. And then let's hinge forward at the hips, coming down. Let's see how long you can go with a straight spine. And then if you're at your limit, let's round the spine and just release everything towards the mat. Yes, bringing the hands down. Again, letting your head hang heavy here. You can grab your legs and then just stretch that upper body through that gate that your feet are building. Finding that nice wide-legged forward fold. Breathing into the sensation, creating space for your body. And then let's bring the hands back to your hips and with a straight spine, come back up into a standing position. Beautiful. And then from here, let's interlace the fingers behind the lower back. You can always grab a strap if that's not available to you. And then let's bring those shoulders back. So you really want to like stretch those shoulders open, right? Yeah. And then if you can, bring in the wrists together as well. And then from here, let's bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. Deep inhales here to stretch your chest muscles. And then on your next exhale, let's again hinge forward at the hips. And at the same time, let's press those arms up and over. So let's see how far you can press those arms up towards the ceiling. And maybe you can even bring them up and over to get that nice shoulder cleanse and the stretch in your legs as well. Opening up those shoulders, letting the head hang heavy. Yes, and then let's release the arms first, bringing the hands back to your hips. And again, with a straight spine coming up into your wide-legged stance. Great. From here, we come to our little balance sequence. So you can either grab a strap or a place by the wall or by anything else that you can hold on to. We're going to come to our extended big toe pose here. So let's grab the right toe on the right foot with our right hand, and then let's work on extending that leg forward. Yes, looks good. Great, finding your focus point, your drishti. Wow, today everyone's balancing so beautifully. I did that on purpose. Holding on here, trying to fight that. Fighting with your left foot to keep you balanced. It's a lot of strength in the feet. And then we're gonna move into our next pose. So let's bring the right foot on top of our left hip flexor, so to speak. If that is not available to you, you can always bring the right foot to your left inner thigh for a tree pose. But we wanna do the Ashtanga version of a tree pose. That would be your right foot externally rotated, placed on top of your left hip flexor. Yep. Yes. And you can always try to balance here, like me. And then from here, let's fold over. So let's fold forward. You can always grab a block or maybe 2 blocks or 3 blocks. And then let's fold forward, coming to our half bound lotus forward fold. Very good pose for your flexibility in your hips and your feet, building strength as well. So just folding over, finding some stillness, bringing some awareness to what this pose is doing for your body and how does it feel. Maybe it's a little bit too much, so you can always come back up. And then let's slowly come out of this pose. The goal is to release it gracefully to the back. And let's bring the right foot back, coming into our warrior 1 position. So the back foot is at a 45-degree angle. The hips are as far as they possibly can be when 2 legs are doing something different. Sinking deep into that front knee. And then let's bring the arms up. Chest is nice and open, looking up towards the ceiling. Yes, strong hips here, strong arms, biceps by your ears. Deep inhale in warrior 1. And exhale, opening it up into warrior 2. Sinking deep into that front knee. Yes, beautiful. And then press that left knee towards the left. So your left knee should be in one line with your second toe, if that makes sense to you. Sinking deep, you should feel a nice stretch in your right hip flexor and your left inner thigh. Awesome, looking forward, strong arms. And then let's cartwheel the hands down, framing the front foot, coming up onto your back toes, low lunge, sliding the left foot back into your plank. Exhale, halfway down for chaturanga, or skipping it. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale for downward facing dog. Great. Let's do it on the other side. So inhale, coming up onto our toes. Exhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Prepare to jump. And jump. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Long, beautiful spine. Exhale, forward fold. And then again, inhale, arms come up, hips come down, chair pose. Great. Arms are strong, or hands to your heart center, whatever you prefer. Creating that heat in your body. So sink deeper if you don't feel anything. The stronger legs you want to have, the deeper you sink. Deeper, Kayla. I know you can go lower. Awesome. Exhale, releasing into your forward fold. Engaging in your big toe pull if that's available to you. So bringing your peace fingers around those toes, pulling those toes closer to you, bending the elbows to pull your upper body closer to your legs. You can always bend the knees as well. You don't need to have straight knees to get a hamstring stretch. Awesome. Then from here, we're going to step it back with our right foot this time, coming into our triangle pose on the other side. So bringing those shoulders in one long line, placing the left hand either on top of a block or right in front of your left foot. And opening up that right arm towards the ceiling, bringing the gaze up. Looks good. Breathing here, release another deep breath in your triangle pose. And then on your next exhale, let's bend the left knee and push the right foot back so we can come into our extended side angle pose. Yes, so pushing that right foot back. And with your left shoulder, you're pushing that left knee open so you get a nice and deep stretch in your left inner thigh. Breathing here, opening the side of the body, strengthening the legs. You can do it. And then from here, let's come back up into a standing pose. This time you should face towards the other direction. Yes. And then from here, again, bringing the hands to the hips, straight spine, and hinging forward to come into our wide-legged forward fold. Bringing the hands anywhere on your legs or on right below your face, whatever feels better to you. And then getting that nice stretch out on the back of the legs and in your lower back. Letting the head hang heavy, not holding on to any tension in your neck. Feeling the blood rushing into your head. And then bringing the hands back to your hips, coming up with a straight spine. Coming to our shoulder cleanse, so interlacing the fingers behind your lower back, either with a strap or bringing the wrists together if you can. And then pulling those shoulders back, the chest is nice and open. Looking up towards the ceiling, so it's an already pretty intense stretch here. When you inhale, the stretch should become greater. And then when you exhale, let's hinge forward at the hips again, pressing those arms up and over. Checking in how far your arms can go. You can always grab a strap to make them go further. And then just releasing and surrendering those arms. And then let's release the arms back to the hips, hands to the hips, coming up with a straight spine. And that brings us to our little balance sequence on the other side. So we're gonna peel off the left foot this time, grabbing the left foot with our left hand. Trying to extend that left leg forward. Woo. Enjoying that little balance challenge. You can always grab onto something that is close to you or use a strap. Looks good. Everyone at home. Awesome. Yay. Lotus balance champions here today. Beautiful. And then from here, let's try and place that left foot this time on top of your right hip flexor for your Ashtanga version of the tree pose. So that's how it would look like, or you can always come to the normal version of the tree pose. And that is fine as well. Yes. Trying to find your balance here first. And then when you got it, let's slowly fold over into your half bound lotus pose. Finding that forward fold, that inversion. Always grab a block, bring the floor up closer to you. Breathing, never stop breathing here. Don't hold your breath ever in yoga. And then from here, let's slowly try to come back up without losing the balance. And then let's bring the left foot behind us to come into our warrior one. Squaring the hips as much as we can. Sinking down low into that right knee. Yes. And then let's bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Deep inhale here and warrior one. And exhale for warrior two. Bringing the back foot in alignment with the short end of the mat. Pressing that right leg open and sinking deep into that right knee. Sinking deep. Yeah, and then press it open. Yes. Right knee in alignment with your second toe. Beautiful. And then from here, let's cartwheel the hands down, coming up onto your back toes. Low lunge, sliding the right foot back into your plank. Exhale for chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. And then from here, let's bring the knees down. And let's slide the feet, the legs forward. Coming into our floor sequence. The tough part is over, maybe. And then from here, let's fold, forward, forward, fold. If you can grab on to your big toes, again, engage in your big toe pull, and then try to bend those elbows, bringing that upper body closer to your legs. And just breathe into this pose. Letting your body calm down and relax. Creating space for you. And let's slowly release. We're gonna come into a wide-legged seat. Opening up those legs. Yep. And then let's try to grab those toes. So let's try to grab those toes or bring the hands towards those toes. And then let's come into our wide-legged forward fold. So the goal is one day to have the chest touch the floor first. So that is what you're working towards. Let's try to have the back straight. And just lean forward to get that intense stretch in your inner thighs. And see how low you can go. Stretching it out. And breathing into the sensation that you're feeling. And then let's come back out of this pose. We're gonna bring the right foot to the left inner thigh for our head to knee pose. So bringing the chest facing towards the long leg. And then let's reach for that foot. And let's just fold over, surrendering over that left leg. Folding over, feeling that nice lower back stretch, especially on the right side here. Stretching the back of the leg. Beautiful. Coming back out of it slowly, taking it on the other side. So extending the right leg, bringing the left foot to the right inner thigh. Head to knee pose on the other side, reaching for that right foot. And then just folding over that right leg to even it out. Maybe you can spot a difference or how it feels like between both sides to compare and just be aware of that. And then coming out of this pose, slowly, we're gonna place the left foot at like a 1.5 hands width distance apart from our right leg. So, yep, so that there is a space between the leg and the foot. And then we're gonna reach for that right foot. It's called Marijasana Pose. And either to reach here, or if you can take a bind, so wrapping that left arm around that left leg, bringing the hands together on your over your lower back, and then folding forward. So either reaching or taking a bind, both is fine. And then just release that head down. Head hangs heavy. Stretching your back body and your legs. Beautiful. And let's release. Come back up. We're gonna bring the left hand behind us. Back is straight. And then the right arm comes up and over towards the left. So we wanna lock that right shoulder in with our left knee, so to speak, initiating a twist. So yeah, so you can lock that right arm in, look back on an exhale, and then make sure that your back is nice and long, not rounded. Looking over your left shoulder, feeling a deep twist. Breathing into that twist. Releasing toxins here. Bringing some fresh circulation to your organs. And then let's release it here. Let's take it on the other side. We're gonna bring the right heel closer to the right glute. Again, there's this distance between the left leg and the right foot, like 1.5 hands, maybe 2 hands, just depending on your hands. And then let's reach forward for that left foot. Either grab it or take a strap or just reach. And either stay here or take in the bind, wrapping that right arm around that right leg, bringing the hands together on your lower back. Wherever you are, try to release that head down. No tension in the neck. Again, just releasing everything here. To feel a good stretch in your neck, in your upper back, in your lower back. And slowly release, coming back up, bringing the right hand behind you, and then the left arm up and over, locking that left shoulder in here. Back is nice and long and straight, and then twisting back, looking over that right shoulder or trying to bring the gaze there. Initiating that nice and deep stretch or twist. Breathing deeply here. And slowly releasing. Yes. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come on to our back. So, yes, just coming down, preparing for our bridge pose. So you can bend those knees, bring the heels as close to your hands as you can possibly bring them. And then what you can do is you can always place a block in between those knees. If you have knee pain and you want to strengthen those knees, it's always a good idea to do that. And then from here, or a book if you're at home, and then inhale here and exhale, bringing those hips closer towards the ceiling into your bridge pose. And when you're up here, you can also bring the fingers and interlace them below your back, and then work those shoulders closer towards each other so you can also get a chest stretch out here. Pressing those hips up, engaging those glutes, getting a nice back bend here, stretching the hip flexors, strengthening those knees. And then if you have the fingers interlaced, release them first and come back down. So you can either do this again or come into your wheel pose. For your wheel, you would place the hands next to your ears. And then so that your fingers and toes are all facing forward, and then maybe just pressing the hips up and maybe coming on to your head, and then lengthening those arms into your wheel. Right, Laura? And right, Kayla. So if that's available to you, that's great. Otherwise, you just do the bridge pose. Again, both have the same benefits. Or if you just want to do a half bridge, you can be on your head, and that's fine too. So wherever you are, it's good. And then slowly release, coming back down. Gonna bring the legs and the feet facing up towards the ceiling. Yep, and you either stay here and your legs up against the wall pose or come up into your shoulder stand. So bringing the elbows in line with your shoulders, pressing those legs up towards the ceiling, looks good. Great. And if that's easy for you, you can try to lengthen those arms. And then from here, let's bring the legs up and over and maybe just see where those legs fall into our plow pose. If they can touch the floor, that's great. They don't have to, but they can. You could also place a block behind you to bring those toes on top of a block. For your nice lower back stretch. And then slowly roll back down. Did you touch Andrea? Ooh. Awesome. Great, then you're ready for your headstand practice. If you want to. You can also go either against a wall if you want to bring it back up, or if you still want to practice the foundation, it's also good. Bringing the hands down on the mat, and the head comes in like this triangle shape, so right forward. And it's always the top of the head. So it's never the front or the back of the head. It's always the top of the head that comes down. And then you have this 90-degree angle with your elbows. And then just stay here, maybe you want to lengthen those legs. Maybe you want to bring those knees on top of your triceps. And then strengthening the core to come up into your headstand. Yes, try it. How's it going at home? Ooh, awesome. Yay. Someone's doing great. Yes, Laura looks good. Ooh, Holly. Yay. If you do that, then you're like, you could basically do a headstand already. Yeah, like that's like the smallest part to get those feet up. Yay. Andrew is super close too. You're so close. Well, great, everyone at home. Awesome. Okay. And then from here, let's come into one of our final poses, our child's pose. So bring in the knees mat width distance apart, and then lengthening those arms forward, bringing the forehead onto the mat, surrendering everything towards the mat. Breathing deeply here. Was that the door? Okay, well, you all chill in your child's pose. I check what's happening out there. Oh, no, I think it's probably the other side. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're good. All right, and then let's have the hands come closer to our body again. You can walk them closer to you. You're gonna sit back either into an easy pose, so that would be just this cross-legged position, or half lotus, bringing one of the feet to the other hip flexor, or maybe a full lotus, bringing both feet to the opposite hip flexor, like Andrea does. Looks good. And then just check in with your body. I like to do a 4-line check-in. It's checking in, how is your body feeling? How is your heart feeling? How's your mind feeling? And how is your spirit feeling? And then let's have some head rolls, drawing big circles with the nose. Taking it slow. And then let's reverse the direction. Beautiful, bringing head back to center. From here, let's bring hands to heart center. Taking one inhale here. Exhale, letting all the air out. And then one deep inhale, deepest inhale you've taken all day. And exhale for namaste.
Namaste.